You look at a football match, 2 teams, 90 minutes, and one simple question. Will there be at least 3 goals? Sounds easy, right? You see a team that scored 4 goals last weekend. You see another team that conceded 3. You check the odds, and boom, you place your over 2.5 bet. But then, 0-0. Your bet disappears. And suddenly you're wondering, what went wrong? The problem isn't over 2.5. The problem is how you're choosing your matches. Because successful betting isn't about predicting every match. It's about finding the matches where the numbers are on your side. And today, we're going to build a simple over 2.5 strategy step by step.
First, let's make one thing crystal clear. Over 2.5 goals means the match needs 3 or more goals. That's it. 1-1, that's 2 goals. Lose. 2-0, 2 goals. Lose. 1-0, obviously, lose. But 2-1, win. 3-0, win. 2-2, win. The important thing is that we're not trying to predict the exact score. We're looking for matches where the probability of reaching 3 total goals is attractive. And that's where the real strategy begins. Here's one of the biggest mistakes beginners make. They open the results, they see 4-2, 3-1, 2-2, and immediately think over. But wait, those results might not tell the whole story. Maybe the team played against 3 terrible defenses. Maybe their star striker scored 5 goals in 2 matches. Maybe those games were completely different from the upcoming fixture. Instead of asking, did this team score a lot recently? Ask, how does this team normally perform in this specific situation? And that brings us to one of the most important filters. Home versus away. Imagine Team A scores an average of 2.4 goals per match. Sounds fantastic. But here's the catch. At home, only 1.6 goals. Now look at Team B. They average 2.3 goals overall. But away from home, only 1.1. Suddenly, that exciting over 2.5 match doesn't look quite as exciting. This is why you should separate home statistics from away statistics. For over 2.5 betting, don't simply compare overall averages. Compare home teams' home performance against away teams' away performance. That's much more relevant. Now let's build our first serious filter. We want to see both attacking potential and defensive weakness. For example, Team A at home, 1.8 goals scored, 1.2 conceded. Team B away, 1.4 scored, 1.5 conceded. Look at what's happening. Team A can score, Team B can score, and both teams are capable of conceding. That's exactly the type of combination we're interested in, because there are multiple paths to 3 goals. 2-1, 1-2, 3-0, 2-2, 3-1. We're not predicting which one happens. We're looking for a match where several different scorelines can produce a winning over 2.5 bet. Now, we take the strategy one level higher. Meet one of the most useful statistics in modern football: expected goals, or simply, XG. Imagine Team A creates chances worth approximately 1.75 XG. Team B creates 1.35 XG. Combined, 3.10 XG. That's interesting, because the underlying chance creation suggests this could be a high-scoring match. But remember, XG isn't a crystal ball. A team can produce 3.0 XG and somehow score 0. Football is football, so use XG as evidence, not as a guarantee. The magic number isn't really magic. A useful starting point is looking for matches where combined expected goals are around 2.7 or higher. Then combine that with other information. For example, over 2.5 percentage, 60%. Combined goals average, 2.9. Combined XG, 3.0. BTTS percentage, 58%. Now we're getting interesting. But here's where many bettors make another mistake. They find a match with great statistics and completely ignore the odds.
Let's say your analysis estimates that over 2.5 has a 60% probability. How do you translate that into fair odds? Simple. 1 divided by 0.60 equals 1.67. That's your approximate fair price. Now imagine the bookmaker offers 1.85. Interesting. But what if the bookmaker offers 1.45? Now the situation is completely different. The bet may still be likely to win, but you're potentially paying too much for that probability. This is the mindset shift. Don't ask only, will over 2.5 win? Ask, are the odds high enough compared with my estimated probability? That's the difference between simply betting and looking for value. But wait, your statistics look amazing. You have high XG, high over percentage, strong BTTS numbers, great odds. You're ready to bet. Then you discover the team's main striker is injured. Their second best attacker is suspended, and their starting goalkeeper is also missing. Suddenly, those statistics don't mean quite the same thing. That's why your final checklist should include injuries, suspensions, expected lineups, rotation, tactical changes, and even fixture congestion. Numbers describe the past. Team news can change the future. Now, let's put everything together using a football statistics app, such as SofaScore. Imagine you found a potential match. You check the home team's home statistics, then the away team's away statistics. Look at goals scored, goals conceded, XG, XGA, over 2.5 percentage, BTTS, recent performances, and then compare the two teams. For example, home team, over 2.5, 67%, XG, 1.72, XGA, 1.31, and the away team, over 2.5, 64%, XG, 1.43, XGA, 1.47. That's a match worth investigating. But remember the most important word, investigating, not automatically betting. Create your own scorecard. Here's a simple way to make your strategy more disciplined. Give the match 1 point for every condition it satisfies. Over 2.5 percentage above 55%? 1 point. Combined goals average above 2.7? 1 point. Combined XG above 2.7? 1 point. Home attack above 1.5? 1 point. Away attack above 1.2? 1 point. Both teams conceding around 1 goal or more? 1 point. BTTS above 55%? 1 point. No major attacking absences? 1 point. Strong motivation? 1 point. And finally, do the odds appear to offer value? 1 more point. Now you have a maximum of 10 points. So how do we interpret the score? 8 to 10 points? Strong candidate. Investigate the match carefully. 6 to 7? Interesting, but don't rush. 4 to 5? Probably pass. And below 4? Walk away. And this is something beginners hate hearing, but it could be one of the most important lessons in betting. You don't have to bet every match. Sometimes, the best bet is no bet. Now let's talk about something that looks incredibly tempting. The accumulator. You find 5 matches. All 5 look great. So you think, why not combine them? Because probability doesn't care how confident you feel. Imagine each selection has a 60% estimated chance of winning. 5 selections together? That's only around
7.8%. So 5 individually attractive bets can become one extremely difficult accumulator. Instead, consider focusing on singles. And if you choose combinations, keep them small and understand the extra risk. And now comes the part that can save your bankroll. Imagine your betting bankroll is $1,000. You decide that 1 unit equals 1%. So 1 unit is $10. You find a strong over 2.5 opportunity. You stake $10. It loses. Do you bet $20 next time? No. Do you bet $40 to recover? Absolutely not. You simply continue following your strategy because losing bets are part of betting. Chasing losses is not. So, let's put the entire strategy on one screen. Step 1, find matches with strong over 2.5 numbers. Step 2, check home and away statistics. Step 3, analyze goals scored and conceded. Step 4, compare XG and XGA. Step 5, check BTTS. Step 6, look at recent performances. Step 7, check injuries and expected lineups. Step 8, analyze the over 2.5 odds. Step 9, compare your estimated probability with the implied probability. Step 10, only bet when the numbers and price make sense. And finally, track everything. And here's how you find out whether your strategy actually works. Don't judge it after 5 bets, 10 bets, or even 20. Track at least 100 bets. Record the match, the odds, your estimated probability, your stake, the result, and the closing odds. Then analyze the results. Because a strategy that sounds brilliant isn't necessarily profitable. The numbers have to prove it. So what's the secret to over 2.5 betting? It's not finding the match that looks exciting. It's not betting every game with 2 attacking teams. And it's definitely not chasing losses after a 0-0. It's about combining statistics, XG, home and away performance, team news, odds, value, and most importantly, discipline. Because you're not trying to win every bet. You're trying to make better decisions over a large sample. And if you want to take this strategy even further, the next step is creating a complete over 2.5 betting calculator that scores every match automatically and tells you which games deserve further investigation. Subscribe to the channel because that's exactly what we'll build next.